Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to yet another video and welcome to 2021. First of all, I would like to thank you all for the support the past year, and I want to wish you all a very good happy new year, and may 2021 be a better year than 2020. Now, as a first video for this year, I had been thinking about several things. I recorded a video of the challenge which will come in 1 or 2 weeks. But in the meantime, I was still thinking that I missed one video during the holiday period. So that's all about creating Christmas cards. And what better way to do that than using some creative photography just inside your room? Because all of the quarantine and the lockdowns the past few months and the past few weeks, obviously it's way easier to just make one simple Christmas card photo just in your room. And I don't have any Christmas trees around here in my room, it's just a basic room, so I'm going to play around with some basic equipment and with some basic tools. First of all, we are going to use these post-its. I have yellow orange ones, and I have these flashy yellow ones, and I have some pink ones. And basically what we're going to do is do some long exposure photography. And for that I'm going to set up my tripod, and I will be using my entry-level DSLR camera, the Nikon D3300. So no crazy equipment is required to create these shots, only a lot of patience and a bit trial and error. So without further ado, let's create our setup. I just put up my Nikon DSLR camera on my tripod, and for our first shot we are going to set the camera to full manual focus, like I did in my previous video with the creative product photography. So basically we will apply the same technique. I'm going to use this paper bag. I'm going to set it up here. And what we will do is we will focus by using the autofocus, and we will focus on the paper bag. Next step, we will just switch off the autofocus on the lens itself, and that way field of focus is fixed and won't change during exposure anymore. And then all we are going to do is set up the timer and play a bit around with a torch, but you can also use your flashlight of your smartphone. And basically what we will do is draw some text in the air. Now, if you want to freeze yourself in the photo, there are two options. First option is just standing still close to the end of the exposure and don't move at all, so you will basically be frozen on the sensor itself. Now this technique is quite difficult because you have to stand really still. So another alternative is using your flashlight, and that way you will freeze the frame first. So basically what you will do is once you hit the shutter button, the countdown will start, and then the flash will go off and will freeze you in the position that you are standing at that moment. And then the shutter will remain open until, depending on the settings you dialed in the camera. And that is the time span you have to draw your lines for the long exposure. So those are the two techniques. To be honest, I prefer the last one because that way you are certain that you will be in focus, and that is just the easiest in my opinion. Now there's one disadvantage, and that's the entire room will be lit up because of the flash. So that's one disadvantage. Now you can play around with that, but that might be for a later video. First of all, I'm going to use this little flashlight to test out the effects. And basically what I want to do is write some text, and we will use this post-it to create a green light. Okay, and it seems my photos are quite good. Unfortunately, I am not visible, so I'm going to use the torch in the beginning to light up my face, and then I will try it again. Okay, in the next photos I'm only going to use the flashlight of my smartphone just to show you guys that you don't even need a flashlight. So all I'm going to do is place this post-it over my flashlight, and that way the flashlight turns out completely pink. Now, there's one important thing you need to keep in mind when using these kind of long exposures. In this case, these photos are taken with an exposure of about 15 seconds. Now, basically the reason why it takes so long between the two shots is because my noise reduction in camera is turned on as well. Now, what this does is that the camera basically reprocesses the image over 15 seconds again, basically takes another photo to calculate the noise present in the photo, and it will reduce it and apply that effect on the photo itself. If you switch that off, the noise reduction won't be applied and the photo will only take 15 seconds to be taken. But to be honest, the flashlight of my smartphone is way better and way sharper to create this effect, so I'm going to stick to that one to make the next photos as well. Alright, I'm going to change the composition a little bit, move my camera way closer to that mirror over there, and we are going to try to play around with the mirror a bit. Now, one other remark I need to make is that all the photos will be mirrored because you write basically as you would write on a paper. So during post you will have to flip it around the horizontal axis before you can actually read the text. I will show you an example on screen right now. So that was one first example without using the internal built-in flashlight from my camera. Now I'm going to do the same by using the flashlight of my camera, just to show you that you can freeze motion and do a long exposure or light trail or light painting, whatever you want to call it, in one photo. Okay guys, and that's it regarding the actual photo shoot. Now, first of all, I'm going to start with something new as part of my video every single week. Now, every single week on YouTube, I ask you guys to post under the hashtag Inframesunday. That idea was born basically 1 year ago, but due to the low interest, I kind of dropped that idea. But right now, I think it's the good time to boost this hashtag again. Now, the idea behind hashtag Inframesunday is that I will do every now and then a shout out using my favorite posts in that hashtag. So keep using that hashtag and I will show you some photos in my videos. And every single Sunday I will do a shout out of my favorites in my stories over on Instagram as well. Now, so first of all, I'm going to scroll through the hashtag. There aren't too many posts. There are currently 305 posts in the hashtag. Now, one disclaimer, I'm only looking to the recent posts, so if you add the hashtag to an existing post, I probably won't see it and I won't do a shout out on this channel with those photos. Now, I challenged you, and it was a bit late yesterday, to post some photos with the theme of the holidays or some festivities, and you could approach this with an open mind. The first one that really pops up from the rest is this photo from Eve Photography. Basically what I like about this photo is simply the reflection of the water on the concrete and those lights in it. So really beautiful photo, Eve. I am only gonna pick 2 photos just to keep it short and so I can give a bit more comments about why I like those photos the most. So don't be disappointed if I don't pick you this time. I will do this every single week. So, and then this one really pops out as well, and this photo is from Ariane Verriest. Ariane Verriest really takes some beautiful macro photography, and this little, I think it's a leaf from some tree, and this grape here, something from the pine trees, I don't know. But I really like the depth in this shot. The depth in this photo is really great, so well done, Ariane, and thank you for using the hashtag. So if you want to get a shout out like this, just keep using the hashtag. Now I'm going to quickly go over the photos because I feel that this video will be way longer than it basically should be, but let me know down in the comments which of these photos I'm going to pop up you liked the most, and also let me know whether you like this form of video or what type of videos you want to see more in the future. And this is maybe also the time, if you liked this video, to give me a thumbs up, and if you didn't already, please subscribe. It's just pressing 1 click and it really helps me a lot. Okay, so the first photos I took was just using the flashlight itself, and I used my camera without flash. So those are the 2 conditions, and I used in the first shot, I did draw a pine tree basically, and I used that flashy yellow post-it to create that green look of the light. To be honest, I think this photo is quite simple, but it's really beautiful, and if you simply add the text Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays, you have a great Christmas card for 2022. And then I went a bit more creative because I was basically not visible in the photo itself. That's because I didn't use the built-in flashlight of my camera itself. So I used the flashlight first to light up myself, and I was standing really still to basically expose and get in focus. And then I started by sticking the post-it over the light and basically write 2021. So like I said earlier in this video, just keep in mind that you always need to transform the photos around the horizontal axis, otherwise your image will be mirrored. Okay. And then I played a bit around. I used different post-its, will pop up those photos as well. Then I used a pink one. I did do some different photos with the writing. Obviously this takes way more atoms than I just show you, because yes, sometimes you write with your flashlight on the same location and then it's just one mess, or sometimes it's just out of focus or you are too late, etc. Like here, for instance, I was not standing still, so I got some motion blur and I'm completely out of focus. Then I went some more creative with just drawing circles towards the lens. I wasn't sure whether I should include this in the actual video because it's just something completely different, and it's a creative and beautiful shot because of the colors, the blue and the yellow. But to be honest, I think I'm going to keep the more creative long exposure photos for a different video. Then I just wanted to include this one because I showed you in the video I played around with the mirror, and despite I'm out of focus, I really liked the color. You can clearly see some ghosting because I moved throughout the shot to draw the 2021, but obviously the one fell off the screen, so I didn't manage to take everything and screen, but I still love the shot. I did draw some more Christmas trees in different colors. I wrote happy 2021 as well. And then the last photo here is with the flashlight, and obviously right now I am in focus, but the letters of the happy 2021 are out of focus. Now the reason why they are out of focus is because I moved way too much forward, and I did darken up the photo a lot just to avoid it was too bright because of the flashlight. So there's one thing I did say at the beginning of the video I need to correct, and that's the fact that basically if you don't use the flashlight, your photos turn out way more beautiful compared to using the flashlight, because you just light up the entire room. Yeah, and then obviously here, right here in the last photo, the flash of my camera just lit up the room way too much, and I did write way too fast with my flashlight, which resulted in bad visible writing. So one thing you need to keep in mind when you do these kind of photos is that you need to move slowly, otherwise the light trail won't be caught too clearly on camera. And that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching this very first video of the year. Thank you so much for sticking to my channel. If you didn't already, please hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and I hope to see you in the next one. And just remember, you don't need to be great to start, but just need to start to become great. Bye!